everybody. Welcome back. Let's say hello to our friend, Mr. John Baptiste.
Hello, hello, hello.
John, are you aware that 2021 is the year of the sea shanty?
Oh, my goodness. It's the year of the sea shanty? Really?
I can't believe I'm the one telling you, a musical genius, with his finger on the pulse of the scene, as we call it, doesn't know that this is the year of the sea shanty. I've been telling people this. I told my whole family this over the Christmas break. Like, Dad, you're crazy. Get off the grog and come back to port. No one is going to listen to sea shanties, and now they're blowing up online.
Oh, man, I got to get on that, man. What's your favorite sea shanty?
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Belly O.T. The wind blew up her bow, dipped down, blow, my belly boys, blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Come on.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
What you call that?
That's called Wellerman. It is a 19th century New Zealand whaling song.
See that?
Whaling songs. They're going to be the biggest, the best, the greatest, all a cappella, a cappella, a cappella. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Take your guitars, take your drums, take your moog, throw them in the toity. Whoosh, bye-bye. Whaling songs. Blonde guys in sweaters. It's going to be amazing.
I bet. I see the fashion already.
100%. 100%.
Chic. Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
You got anything nautical? You got anything nautical in those fingertips, John?
I like that one, the Wellerman. I put.
I'm afraid we don't have time for Bernie Sanders now. I would love to thank the senator for stopping by. We'll talk to him another time.
Yeah,
John Baptiste, everybody. Thanks, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Joining me now is a Vermont senator and former presidential candidate who has spent over 30 years advocating for progressive causes. Please welcome back to A Late Show, Senator Bernie Sanders. Senators, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
It's been 8 days since domestic terrorists, urged on by the President of the United States, stormed and vandalized the Capitol building. Where were you when all this started?
I was in the Senate participating in the debate as to whether or not we certify Biden's election as president. And Stephen, it was clearly to me one of the more depressing and memorable days in American history, certainly since I've been involved in politics, to believe that we have a president who incited a riot which called for insurrection and really threatened the well-being of members of the House and the Senate. So it was a very depressing and frightening day.
The day was depressing already before the violent attack because you had so many members of the Republican Party. I think originally there was something along the lines between 140 and 150 Republicans in the House, and then at a certain point at the beginning there were 13 Republicans in the Senate who were essentially saying that the votes in several states were illegitimate. So that itself was actually depressing to see that kind of resistance to a free and fair election. What was it like? What did you see a dawning on the faces of the senators around you as it became clear that this was not a protest, that this was a riot?
Well, the truth is, in many ways, we were the last to know what was going on. And in about 10 seconds, we understood how ill-prepared, how horrifically ill-prepared the police were, the degree to which they were overwhelmed. What we first learned, we heard noise outside, and then suddenly, in the middle of a debate, a police officer jumped up onto the podium, interrupted a speaker, and said, we have an emergency situation. We think you will be safest here in the Senate chambers. Stay in place. Do not leave the chamber. And that was, frightening enough. And then what we heard a few minutes later, which was I think the most frightening moment is they said, well, we think this Senate chamber, which has many, many doors and windows, may not be the safest place. We're going to escort you to another location, which turned out to be in the Hart office building, which was much easier to defend. So all in all, the belief that there were people within a few feet of where the chamber was threatening to do damage, not only to the venue, but also to members of Congress, was something certainly that none of us will forget.
How long were you in lockdown?
I think between 2 and 3 hours.
Well, who were you with? Was it sort of people sort of randomly assigned to rooms? Did you or
No,
did you?
no. It was virtually. This was a large hearing room in Hart. It was virtually the entire Senate. I would guess over 90 members were there. There were a lot of staff there and police officers as well.
What was the conversation? What was the conversation like between those members of the Senate in there? Because I imagine you had some emotions running high toward the people who had incited this mob by telling the big lie. And every fascist movement requires elites to give credibility to the fantasies of the mob.
And let us be very, very clear. At the essence of this crisis is the perpetration of this huge lie that an election which Biden won by a fairly healthy majority, ended up with 7 million more votes than Trump. You had not only Trump, but a lot of apologists for him claiming that that Trump really won the election. And trust me, those are issues that were heatedly discussed within that room. Not to mention a real anger at the Sergeant of Arms and at the Capitol Police leadership, who was so ill-prepared. We are the largest military in the history of the world. We're spending $740 billion a year on the military, and the idea that we could not protect the United States Capitol from a few thousand rioters is unbelievable.
We have to take a quick break, but stick around. When we come back, I'll ask Senator Sanders what he believes should happen to those in Congress who helped foment this sedition.